Hello and welcome to this series of short complementary videos to the Supply Chain Management course by the Faculty of Economics and Business, Universitas Gadjah Mada. In this course, we have learned about what supply chain is and why managing supply chains is of paramount importance for organizations. We have also learned that managing supply chains requires a deeper understanding on supply chain strategies adopted by supply chain actors. In this video, we will learn about two different and commonly used supply chain management strategies known as Lean and Agile strategies. Lean strategy focuses on efficiency of the supply chain operations by eliminating wastes and practicing continuous improvement in all aspects of the business process. Wastes incur unnecessary use of resources that adds costs to the supply chain. Wastes could come from overproduction, waiting, transportation, overprocessing, inventory, motion, and defects. Eliminating these wastes means streamlining the supply chain operations. Some tactics, such as just-in-time operations, making orders only when needed, producing small batches, and flexible manufacturing through rapid changeover can be adopted to support the strategy. There is, however, a caveat against these lean practices. Due to the lack of buffers and contingencies in the operations, supply chain becomes fragile. When one of the suppliers fails to maintain its operations and synchronize the streamlined processes, the whole supply chain could be disrupted. As such, Lean strategy is typically recommended for supply chains dealing with commodity products, predictable or stable demand, standardized process, stable or fixed planning, low product variety, long product life cycle, cost-driven customer, low profit margin, and high physical costs. On the contrary, Agile strategy focuses on responsiveness of the supply chain operations by responding rapidly and flexibly to the supply chain environments, particularly end customer demand. As such, Agile is a market-driven supply chain strategy focusing on meeting customer expectation and satisfaction. Agile strategy is typically recommended for supply chains dealing with fashion products, volatile demand, flexible process, immediate or instantaneous response to demand, high product variety, short product life cycle, availability-driven customer, high profit margin, and high marketability costs. Lean and Agile can also be combined, forming the Agile strategy. There are at least two tactics to support this strategy. First, supply chain actors can use the Pareto Approach, segmenting stock keeping units or SKUs based on their characteristics. For example, 80% of the sales value are contributed by 20% of the SKUs characterized by predictable demand, whereas the remaining 20% of the sales value are contributed by 80% of the SKUs characterized by surge or unpredictable demand. The former is suitable for lean strategy, whereas the latter is more inclined to agile strategy. Lean Agile can also be applied using a postponement tactic. With this approach, the supply chain operations are divided into two parts by a decoupling point or a strategic inventory, which is a point where the forecast-driven or lean meet the demand-driven or agile operations. To illustrate, imagine your supply chain produces and delivers t-shirt products. You don't know for sure what color and style will be in trend for the year. However, you can reasonably predict the number of t-shirts you can sell that year. Applying lean strategy, you can think about how to efficiently source and produce the plain t-shirts. Once you get better information on the color and style from the customers, you can be agile, responding to the demand by immediately producing the semi-finished products and deliver them quickly to the customers. In summary, we have learned about two important supply chain management strategies commonly used by organizations within a supply chain. The choice of strategy could affect how the organizations position themselves in the supply chain and what practices they adopt to support the strategy. I hope this video is useful, and I'll see you in the next videos. Thank you and good luck.